Hello everybody, Adam Noyes here from Mr. Avatar 911, and welcome to another movie review, Kaiju Edition. Now let's talk about a strange Toho film directed by the master Ishiro Honda, visual effects directed by Eiji Tsuburaya, produced by Tomiyuki Tanaka, and music by Maestro Akira Ifukube, the masterminds of the original Godzilla film. It's King Kong Escapes, ladies and gentlemen, made in 1966 or 67, I was too lazy to look it up. Now the plot, it's a strange one. We begin on a submarine, and a cute chick begins to talk with a man named Nelson and another man named Nomura about a 60-foot tall gorilla named Kong. Then we cut to the North Pole, where Doctor Who, not Doctor Who, is helping a horny bitch retrieve Element X, which is never really explained, but it will give them tremendous power. Doctor Who builds a Robo-Kong, later known as Mecha-Kong, to go get it, but it epically fails. We go back to the sub when it is struck by a rock, and they need to repair, so Nelson, Nomura, and the cute girl named Watson, funny name, land on an island, and find the island is home to a few dinosaurs. And lo and behold, we get the first movie with Gorosaurus, looking badass as usual. Kong arrives and saves the day. How convenient. They make a run for it. They make a run for the sub, but Kong follows, falls in love with Watson, and they live happily ever after in the UN building. The horny bitch returns to tell Doctor Who that the real Kong lives The horny bitch returns and tells Doctor Who where the real Kong lives. He goes and knocks Kong out, and they take him back to the North Pole. Nelson and gang return to the island, find there's no Kong, discover burst shells, and immediately jump to the conclusion that Doctor Who did this. Okay. Henchmen of Doctor Who trick Nelson and gang to go with them, and they bring Nelson and gang to Doctor Who's North Pole lair. Kong digs for Element X, but that fails epically, so King Kong escapes. Horny bitch tries to persuade Nelson to go along with their plan and help retrieve Element X, but she just wants to get his pants off. Kong shows up in Tokyo, where else, and goes on a small rampage. Doctor Who arrives with Mecha Kong, and shit hits the fan. They fight on top of Tokyo Tower, and Mecha Kong fails and is destroyed. The next day, Kong destroys Doctor Who, and everyone lives happily ever after. Kong has had a strange history in Toho. First, it was supposed to be King Kong vs. Frankenstein, but Frankenstein was replaced with Kong, and Kong was replaced with Godzilla to make King Kong vs. Godzilla. Then he was supposed to be an Ebirah, Horror of the Deep, but they replaced Kong with Godzilla, and finally, he made his second Toho Kaiju film. Jesus, that's almost as crazy as Baragon's history. From the way this film is made, it looked like it should have spawned a series, much like the Godzilla and Gamera series, but this film bombed in both Japan and the USA, so the series would never see the light of day. Thank God. What is a kaiju film without talking about the monsters? A shitty one, that's one. Let's start with Kong. Kong is a man in a suit, no doubt about it. They got the relative form of a gorilla down, but it still looked bad. Its face was looking better than that one in King Kong vs. Godzilla, but it still looks awful. Mammals show emotions through their face more than reptiles. A rubber suit works great with lizards for that reason. Kong's face looks like it's full of Botox most of the time, and therefore reducing the effect. Mecha Kong, on the other hand, looks awesome. He has a bomb belt and looks powerful and all around impressive. Not as spectacular as Mechagodzilla, but still really good. The monster fights kept me watching, but they were short and badly shot. It's too bad because clearly this film had a budget, and the rest of the film is pointless banter between the characters that are all just really boring. Doctor Who is the only character that is worth watching in this film for humans because of his voice and how over the top he is. But unfortunately, he isn't in the film enough for me to really care. That's too bad. Ishiro Honda really fell flat on his face with this one. The film is badly shot, badly edited, and even Ifukube's score isn't at all great, unlike all of his other scores. But even after complaining about all that, I still sort of like it. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure for me. It's like The Happening. It's so bad, it's good. The plot is absurd, the theme is in your face, which it's don't get greedy or you get fucked by a giant gorilla, and it's just all around bad, but in a good way. So in the end, I'd recommend it to only die-hard Kong fans who just want to laugh, or die-hard Kaiju fans. I'd give it a 2.5 out of 4 stars. Why 4? Because I'm weird. Stay tuned for other reviews, ladies and gentlemen. They will be up shortly because I am back. And I'm gonna kick some ass.